Hello, everyone. This is Dee Aquilin, and welcome to our weekly Inner Glow Confidence Call. I'm so excited to be with you tonight. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to listen to this message, whether you are here live or whether you're listening to the recording. Thank you. And I want to encourage you that if you are listening to this message on YouTube or if you're watching the playback in any setting, I want to encourage you to share it. So click the share button and share it with someone who you feel would benefit from the information, and that goes for any of the Inner Glow Confidence calls. So with that, I am Dee Aquilin Williams, and I am a life coach specializing in inner work coaching as well as self-love, which I believe is the gateway to all things great and possible for all of us. So I just wanted to again say thank you so much for being a part of the call. I look forward to this every week. I look forward to spending time with you and sharing with you. I used to do these calls way back in the day when I started coaching, and it was one of my greatest loves. I did it in the toughest times in my life and in the greatest times of my life, and I'm in a really good space, and so I wanted to start these calls again, and I'm excited to be able to just share with you in this setting. Now, I want to say this. If you are listening, I want to invite you to join my free coaching group. It is on Facebook. It is called Inner Work Sessions. Inner Work Sessions. So all you have to do is log on to Facebook and search for the group Inner Work Sessions and click to join, and there's about 3 questions for you to answer before you join, because on there, in addition to posting these calls every week, we're getting ready to do a weekend workshop, which is absolutely free. Also, I go on live sometimes and just share something that's on my heart, or sometimes if I'm having my regular, doing my personal inner work and having my regular quiet time and I get inspired by an idea, I record and I share that in that group as well. So if you join with us, you'll get a plethora of information that can help you in this beautiful space that we're in and this beautiful thing called life. So I want to encourage you and invite you to join us in the Inner Work Sessions on Facebook. Again, it's absolutely free, and again, you get a lot of information. So please make sure that you go to Facebook and search Inner Work Sessions. So with that, I want to encourage you to get a pen and a notepad so that you can take notes. And also, before we get into tonight, I want to encourage you to refer back to last week, because last week I talked about how to confidently be you. And so my goal was to actually this week talk about how to find your voice, and pardon me. Instead of sharing about that, I feel led to talk about confidence in the workplace. That's what the download I got literally after I ended the call last week, and after I had said, well, next week we're going to talk about finding your voice, I heard that this was the message that I should share this week, confidence in the workplace. As a matter of fact, I have a full confidence series that Spirit spoke to me and wants me to share, but I'm trying to get the downloads on how I want to share it, whether it's in these calls or whether it would be in the coaching group. So with that, tonight we're talking about confidence in the workplace. And again, I want to encourage you to go back and listen to last week's, because it's going to be paired with this week. Because in order for you to experience any type of confidence on the outside, meaning in places that you go, with people that you meet, in situations that you find yourself in, you're going to have to work on that inner confidence. And last week, some of the things that I shared with you was keys on developing that inner confidence as well as outer confidence. But most of that was inner work that you have to do within yourself before you can step out and be fully in confidence when you walk into the world. So be sure to go back and listen to that. But tonight, again, I'm getting into confidence for the workplace. And so I realized that for a lot of us, for a lot of people over the past year, there have been a lot of shifts in the workplace. I mean, if you think about it, people have gone from being in-office employees to, working remotely from home, and then some have gone back to the office. Some are still remote. Some are doing both, office a few days and remote a few days. The whole process in the work environment has changed. Also, expectations have changed, policies have changed, and even people have changed. Like even the people, like the physical people have changed, but also people's mindsets and where they are in life has changed, because we've gone through and are still going through a major shift in our world right now. And so a lot of things have changed. Also, not only that, but when you think about the workplace, a lot of people have started jobs. A lot of people are re-entering the workplace for the first time maybe in years. I know that happened for me. I had a work opportunity that happened for me, and I accepted it. And I'm like, okay. I actually offered to help, and it ended up being a work opportunity more so than me helping a family member. And this has taken me into a new space that I'm so excited and happy to be in, but a part of what I'm sharing with you tonight has been some of the processes that I had to take, because I haven't worked in corporate America, thank God, since 2007. And so to re-enter the workforce has been somewhat of a challenge for me, and I found my confidence, and it took some of the things that I'm going to share with you tonight. Now, here's the thing. Usually when change happens, especially when we become overwhelmed or we, have the unexpected happen, it can play a role in our confidence. And that's what happened this last year. A lot of people, year and a half, almost 2 years, but a lot of people, we experienced the unexpected. You went from being at work in the office to now being at home, which means I have to learn how to log on. I have to deal with the complications of internet issues. I also am virtually doing remote learning with my children, and just so many things that came up over the last year and a half or so. And it can really play a part in your confidence, especially when it comes to your work performance, because if you're so bogged down with the technical aspect of it, then by the time you get to the work aspect of it, you're either tired or frustrated, or you just really don't feel like it, because, number one, your environment is not conducive to maybe, what you're used to. But also you've had to deal with so many other things, and it can play a part on your confidence. So what it means to lack confidence when it comes to work is, is when you are unsure of your abilities, when you're unsure of your skills, when you're unsure of your capabilities, and also when you're unsure of the expectations. Now, this is when it comes from your employer, and this is the employer's role for them to be clear on your expectations. So let me just say this. If you don't have a job description of your job, I would say request one, because that can help you understand and know what is expected of you in your workplace. But those are things that can actually play a part on you having that lack of confidence when it comes to your work. It can also play a role in your work performance and in your productivity. The thing about lack of confidence in the workplace is that it causes you to constantly live in your head. It causes you to constantly question everything with doubts. Like you're not sure. I'm not sure that I do this right, or should I do this? And hope that if I do it this way that they don't say it's wrong or whatever. We have those thoughts in our mind. And lastly, what can happen too is it can cause unnecessary stress that can not only affect work, but also affect other areas of our lives. And the thing about that is when we get stressed at work, we usually take that where? We usually take it home, because the thing about work is we spend more time, what's the word I'm looking for? more active time at work usually than we do at home. If you're going to work, most of your day is preparing to go to work, being at work, driving home from work, getting settled from work, then doing your home activities and your life at home activities, and then it's about getting prepared for the next day to go to work. So most of your active day, most of the active part of your day is about work. And if you're stressed at home, then guess what you're going to do? You're going to take that same stress at work. And the last thing at home is stressed at work, you take it at home, and vice versa as well. But the last thing that you want to do is carry your work stress home, because work stress or any kind of stress causes tension, and it causes separation. It causes tension and separation within yourself, within your confidence and your belief within yourself, but also in your relationships and even in your work performance. So you have to be really mindful of, how you are showing up at work for yourself. You have to be mindful of how you are carrying what you're doing at work to home, and vice versa, what you're doing and what's happening at home, carrying that energy to work. Because here's the thing that we have to know, that energy is real. Some call them spirits, some call it vibration, some call it energy. It's all the same thing, and it follows you. You carry it wherever you are. If you're in a bad mood at home, or if you're maybe not in a bad mood at home, but maybe on the way to work, someone cuts you off in traffic and that puts you in a bad mood, then guess where you're going to carry that? You're going to carry that to work, and vice versa. So you want to be mindful of not just your mood, meaning bad mood, but also your confidence. If you're lacking in confidence in certain areas of your life, it'll show up in other areas of your life, believe it or not, because you're carrying that doubt in your heart, you're carrying that doubt in your mind, and then you'll start to question yourself, not just on the thing at work, but also the thing at home. Am I a good mother? Am I a good wife, or whatever? You start to question yourself. So it really spills over into every part of your life. So I want to encourage you to make sure that you are really, truly living in a space where you can know where you're lacking confidence, but also build your confidence in those areas. It's really about awareness, because if you are aware that you lack confidence in a specific area of your life, that's half the battle, because now that I'm aware, now I just need to find the solution and deal with the solution. And so tonight I want to give you 10, I think it's 10, yes, 10 plus a bonus, 10 ways to have confidence in the workplace. And it begins with what I just talked about. Number one, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. If you don't know something, admit it. If you're overwhelmed by something, admit it. If you're worried about anything concerning your job, admit it. Even if you don't admit it to your boss, even if you don't admit it to your coworker, admit it to yourself. This is probably some inner work or some quiet work when you're at home, or you can journal or whatever. Just say, hey, you know what? I feel really overwhelmed when I do this specific task at work. Or I feel really stressed when so-and-so, does or does not offer whatever. I don't know what to do when it comes to XYZ. Admit it to yourself, because, again, that's the biggest part of it, is being aware. That awareness leads to the solution. Number two, you want to learn what you can. In other words, educate yourself. Educate yourself, educate yourself, educate yourself. Take up a training. If your company offers training, take up a training. Guess what? If your company does not offer training, there's a beautiful search engine called Google. Google it, or watch YouTube videos. You can do that. I've had to do that this year. I was actually doing some training, and as soon as the world opened up again, the company was like, okay, we're no longer doing virtual training. And I was trying to go back and watch the videos, a couple of videos that I wanted to go back and visit. And I was like, oh, wait, the videos are gone. So I had to go on YouTube and start watching videos on a specific topic that I was learning about and wanted to get more clarity on, and that really helped me. So if your company doesn't offer training, that does not limit you from learning. So watch a YouTube video or, do a Google search about training in that particular area. So that is number 2, learn and educate yourself. Pardon me. Number 3 is focus on your strengths. Focus on your strengths. Ask yourself, what can I do well when it comes to my job? And focus on doing those things well. Whatever that is, focus on doing it well. But on the flip side of that, if there are some weaknesses that you have, or learn what your weaknesses are so that you can strengthen your weaknesses. We always say focus on your strengths, and that's good that we focus on our strengths. But whatever your weakness is, it's an indication of what you can work on, what you can improve. So improve those areas that you are weak. So I guess that would be number 4 would be 2-part. Focus on your strengths, and then strengthen your weaknesses. And I want to add a little bonus even to that, and that is if you made a mistake at work or whatever kind of mistake that is, learn from the mistake. Okay? Don't wallow in the mistake. Don't keep repeating the mistake. Don't keep talking about the mistake. Whatever lesson you need to learn from it and move on, whether it's an issue with a coworker or whether it's an issue with, the actual job. Whatever issue or mistake that you may have made, learn from it and move forward. Because if you still wallow in that mistake, you're going to stay in that mistake, and it's going to rip away at your confidence, and you're going to be stuck. So, number 3 is focus on your strengths, but also strengthen your weaknesses. Number 4, ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. But here's the beauty. The number 1 person that you can ask for help from is God. Ask God for help. Whether that is, I don't know how to do this, or give me a strategy, give me an idea, give me a witty invention on how I can do this and be productive at my job. Or you can ask your coworkers, or you can ask your boss, or you can ask whoever it is that's accessible to you that you know will have an answer or a solution, or will lead you to the answer or solution. So that's number 4, ask for help. Number 5 is set some workplace goals for yourself. Now, this is a great thing because if you set some goals for yourself and you accomplish those goals, then, of course, it's going to build your confidence. So maybe it's 25 sales in a month, or maybe it's to get a certain certification by December 31st, 2021. Whatever it is, set a goal or some goals for yourself. I would say 1 to 3. Set 1 to 3 goals for yourself and put a time limit on it. Make sure that they are, attainable, measurable. Make sure that they are relative and timely and all of that. Do that and work towards those goals. Let that be your focus. I'm focused on this 25 sales a month for the next 3 months until the end of the year. And then after that, you can increase it to 28, or whatever. But focus on your goals. Set some workplace goals for yourself and focus on those goals. That is number 5. Number 6, be your biggest cheerleader. Yes, be your biggest cheerleader. When you meet your goals or your quota, celebrate your success. Don't leave it up to other people to celebrate your success. Celebrate your own success. You know what you did, and you know that you did it well. We tend to want other people to give us accolades. We tend to want other people to cheer us on. We tend to want other people to validate us and all of that when you can do it yourself. Yes, it's great that, your job recognizes you, but do that for yourself. Be your own biggest cheerleader. Pat yourself on the back. Cheer yourself on. You can do it. Tell yourself, I can do it. I have confidence. Be your biggest cheerleader. That's number 6. Number 7 is speak positive words to yourself and about your work. So here's the thing. A lot of people are blessed with jobs. A lot of people are blessed with careers. And a lot of people go to those jobs. A lot of people are in those careers, and they're complaining about being there. And of course, it's going to seem miserable because your words are creating misery because you're complaining. Speak positive words about your job. Now, it's one thing to just, have funny things to say about, because, we have to make stuff fun and funny. Of course, I get that. I'm talking about really, complaining about every single thing and every single person. If you are that miserable on your job, then consider getting a new job. But here's the thing, what I've learned over life and lifetime is that a lot of times it's not necessarily the job. It's you. A lot of people are so used to finding something to fuss about, finding something to complain about, that if you don't fix your attitude in this current job that you're complaining and fussing about, when you go to the next job, it's still going to find something to complain and fuss about. So it's really about fixing your attitude. But you have to start with your words. You have to start with your words. And stop saying I can't. Begin to say I can. Stop complaining about your job and start being grateful for having a job. There are so many people who lost their jobs. There's so many people who lost their lives that don't have a job, that they no longer have a job to be appreciative of. There is a lot going on in this world, and you have to start finding words that will show gratitude and appreciation for the job or the career that you have. I know it's a lot going on right now. I know it's a lot happening in this world, and maybe a lot is happening at your job. But you have to use your words to speak and change your world. So, change your words. Speak positive words to yourself and about your work. Number 8 is find your own flow. Find processes and methods that work for you, and then you work it. Find your own processes and methods that work for you, and you work it. What works for everybody else may not work for you. Guess what? We all have different learning styles. We all have different ways of doing things. And if your way is a little more productive than the way that you've been trained, and it's okay with, your leaders or whatever, do it your way. Be the most productive that you can be. Find your own processes and find your own methods and work it. And the way you find it is ask. Ask God, how can I make this better? How can I do this better? How can I streamline this process? And it'll happen for you. It'll come to you. Be patient and be open and be receptive to the answer. And when it comes to you, work it. Work it. Number 9, you want to be proactive and not reactive. So many times we, just go to work. We see stuff that's happening. We hear stuff that's happening. And I'm going to mind my own business, and I'm just going to just sit here and do my work until they change it. I'm not going to say anything. You want to be proactive. Proactive makes you a leader. And if you're not a leader of anything else, if you may not be a leader, quote unquote, leader on your job, but you are a leader of your life. And if I'm a leader of my life and I know that this process is going to make things better, I'm going to speak up. If I see that something is going to make this a better work environment for everybody, I'm going to speak up. I'm going to be proactive. I'm not going to wait until a problem comes up and react to the problem. I'm going to be proactive because I see that this could be a problem in the long run, and I want to work on it now and get it taken care of now. That's not just a principle for work, but that's a principle for your everyday life, is to be proactive. And I'm sure you can think of a couple of areas of your life. I'm thinking of a couple of areas of my life where I need to be more proactive. So that's number 9. Number 10 is to be open to accepting feedback. Be open to accepting feedback. So I know that your mind just probably went to, maybe a coworker that that don't like you, and they probably going to complain or probably going to have something to say, and it won't be a so-called positive feedback. But all feedback can be beneficial. And the reason why I say that is because you have to just listen to the underlining truth in everything. But focus on the positive feedback, but be willing and open to accepting the feedback. Meaning that, I can learn from this person what they perceive about how I do my job. Maybe their perception is XYZ, or maybe they think or see that I'm doing the process a certain way and I could do it better that way. So be open to feedback. Being open and accepting feedback doesn't mean that you identify yourself with it. It means I acknowledge it, I hear it, I can learn from it, I can maybe take new methods and new processes from it, and that's it. It doesn't define you. So that's number 9. Number 10, be open to accepting feedback. And then here's your bonus. Know your God power. Know your God power. You have the Spirit of God within you that enables you, that empowers you, that gives you the capabilities, the abilities, that fills your potential to maximum, overflow, actually. And you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength to do what? All things. All things that's in your power to do. Know your God power. That's where true confidence is anyway. It's in your God power. Regardless of whether it's work, regardless of whether it's home, regardless of whether it's your social life, or, maybe you're an entrepreneur, you're starting a business, but you're still at work, right now until your business pops off. Know your God power. The same God that opens your eyes every morning is the same God that's with you all throughout your workday. All you have to do is open your mouth and ask. All you have to do is allow God's mind to infuse your mind with the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding of what it is that you're wanting to do and that you are doing every single day. Be open to your God power. Know it. Know it. Know it. Know that God is with you. God enables you. God empowers you. God strengthens you for that particular job. God allows you to be there, and God will strengthen you for the task. God will enable you. So that is your bonus. So let me give you those one more time, and I'm going to open the lines for Q&A. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you stay on the line. I'm going to end the call, but I will open the lines after I end the call for questions and or comments. So let me give you those 10 one more time. How to have confidence in the workplace. Number 1, be honest with yourself. Number 2, learn what you can. So in other words, educate yourself. Number 3, focus on your strengths and also strengthen your weaknesses. Number 4, ask for help. Number 5, set workplace goals for yourself. Number 6, be your biggest cheerleader. Number 7, speak positive words to yourself and about your work. Number 8, find your own flow. Number 9, be proactive, not reactive. Number 10, be open to accepting feedback. And the bonus is know your God power. Don't just know your God power. Stand in, type in, read in, meet in, serve your clients or your customers or your patients in your God power. So with that, thank you so much for being a part of tonight's call. I am so grateful to have you to join us. If you're wanting to sow a seed or give an offering or anything tonight, you can do so via Cash App, $I am Deaquilin. That's $IamDeaQuelyn, or PayPal.me/I am Deaquilin. Your gift of any size is greatly appreciated, and I will definitely pray over your seed and send much light and blessings to you. So with that, thank you for being a part of the call. I send love, light, peace, and blessings to you. Know this, you are great in Christ, and you are powerful beyond measure. Stay tuned for Q&A.